let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Mama, please don't worry about me, 'cause I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business.
It's time to get down to business with leading business coach Jeremy Torisk. Do you have a problem with your business?
Let's get down to business.
Marketing, lead generation, employee engagement, hiring, recruiting.
Before I don't mean it.
Call in now with your business issues and get down to business with Jeremy Torisk. Let's get you on the road to success. Let's get down to business.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight, Wednesday, August 10th. We are live here in sunny South Florida, and it's been a great week. We're going to do a little bit of recap of some big things that have happened here. An event I went to just tonight. I want to give that a shout out. And tonight's going to be a night of micros. So we're going to do some micro diving, looking and watching our lives and our businesses on a micro level, because life is short, and we need to definitely keep our eye, because it's fleeting, right? It's fleeting. So Kathy, my Aunt Kate, thank you for watching. First one, always the first one in the door. Gotta love that, right? Delaware is on the boards, as they say. So happy to get the people coming in. Summer is ending. I think we got another week of summer, so I'm expecting some of our bigger supporters are getting back into the groove of the home thing, not traveling as much. So looking forward to growing the viewership again. And actually, my air conditioner just popped back on, so give me a second so I can turn that noisy thing off. Love the Bluetooth, right? So I don't got to jump up and have a, oh my God, you probably don't even hear it. So I probably should just let it go, but I'll turn on later if I need it. That's another reason kind of went to an hour, because man, 2 hours in this room with that air conditioner off was getting much. I can't wait to get to a place with central air, which is coming up in the next year or so. We're going to upgrade this joint for one that's a little bigger, combine some offices and stuff. So looking forward to that. So let's jump right in with the very first shout outs or, observations and recognition of some family stuff. So Pete, his birthday is coming up. Happy birthday, Pete. Big Pete turned 19. Will be turning 19 Saturday. In fact, he and his friends are having a party, and they went ahead and got us a hotel room. Well, we got it this time. Last time they got it, but we got a hotel room at the beach. Let them have the house. But yeah, happy birthday, Pete. The gang was all there for the celebration. We always want to celebrate. There's one important missing family member. Of course, Trace was not there because Trace was in school. He's got about 1 month left in paramedic school, so he couldn't afford to get out there. But we were at Taco Tuesdays at where was that place called? Rocco's Tacos, right? I think you guys think I go there all the time because on my post about Rocco Tacos lately. I met Chet there a couple of weeks ago in Palm Beach. This was in Boca, but had a great night with the family, and Stephanie, his girlfriend, Pete's girlfriend there, was able to join us. So happy birthday, Pete, 19 years old. Very proud of my son. The second thing I want to shout out was an event that I went to today. And by the way, I want to get this out also. I told you I need a producer, so let's get it straight from the beginning. Give everyone a chance to see what this is about. So this show is about you. You're the star of this show. I'm just marking time and speaking about some things till I get people to physically pick their phone up and call in. I love the comments. Please don't get me wrong. Keep them coming. But this is a phone-in business show. And so I believe If you guys have a problem with your business, a question about business, want to go into business, work for a company, and you want to advance in that business, you don't even have to own it. Feel free to give me a call, 954-338-9799. I created this show with you in mind, fixing people's business problems in America. Small business makes up 95% of all business, and we employ 50% of all the people in America. So if you want to make your business better, it doesn't even have to be broken, that we can figure out some ways to make it better. We can run the numbers. We can do a lot of stuff, on the show. But anyway, back to acknowledging something very special today that happened to me. I was invited to join Junior Achievement celebration, Summers End celebration, to their internship program. So if you don't know about Junior Achievement of America, they are a society or an organization, I should say, that are in your public schools, a lot of them, teaching our children something that schools do not teach our children, and that is business and money. It's amazing, and an amazing, amazing organization. Junior Achievement of South Florida is run by Lori Sularillo. She is a friend of the family's. She's a dynamite person. So I was our third intern this year. So we were invited to come down. We had Gio. I don't want to say last names. I don't want to show a picture, but they did give me, because I participated here, a wonderful thank you gift basket here. And again, I'll cover Gio. They gave me a beautiful picture of Gio. I don't want to show just out of respect, because he's a minor. I don't even think he's a minor. I could probably show it, but I won't. But a beautiful picture frame of Gio for a thank you from him. And then again, this beautiful basket was from Junior Achievement. So I appreciate them so much. But this is JA World, Junior Achievement World. And what it is schools, all of Broward County schools participate. So they have, oh man, I forget how many, 56,000 students come through here each year, something like that. And they've touched millions of students' lives over the last few years. But look at this. They built this world, this business center. They make up these mock business fronts, okay? And then the students come, and then they learn about the companies. They're assigned different roles. They're assigned different responsibilities. They're assigned different characters, and they spend the day here, and they spend the year every couple of weeks coming and going. There's different programs that they have. I was involved with the internship, where I got an intern. This is my third intern, and it was a great experience. So tonight was the thank you to, it was the culmination of this summer's internship. I got a little bit of recognition right there at the bottom there. My business logo there on the screen. We were always very appreciative of that. There's some heavy hitters there. Hayden Kaysen is very heavily involved, and he got up there and made a speech. Again, Sean was there. He has a big role in this. Moss, I forget the name of the recruiting, perhaps Moss Recruiting, Sean there. Just amazing people involved with Junior Achievement. Of course, we can't forget Casey, who actually was key for getting me the intern. And a matter of fact, I think it was on this show where I saw Casey, and I said, "Hey, Casey, please have someone get in touch with me." And they did, and I got that. This is done. This is what happened because I mentioned this on this show. So thanks, Casey. Of course, I'd never pass up a chance to get in front of a camera. So I was that's me sitting in front of the camera right there, getting some shots done, looking suave as ever, of course. And then, of course, the star is Lori Sularillo. She is, I don't know, what is it, president or CEO of Junior Achievement of South Florida. She is top mama. The buck stops with her, and really, again, just so proud to be involved in surrounding myself with this organization, and thank them for all they do for our community, because our community is better off for it. So just a extreme thank you to everyone that's involved with Junior Achievement. Salute. All right. So let's kick off tonight It's a night of micros. We're going to go deep on a molecular level. We're going to go small, very small. We're going to look at our time, our life, our business, and know that it's done in a matter of years, in months, in weeks, days, hours. The things, the opportunities you let get by you all add up at the end of the year. Very much, well acquainted with how fast time flies these days as I get older. And really, one of these articles that I read this week struck me. I liked it a lot, and I'm gonna put him up here. Don't know who this is. All right, don't know who it is. But we, again, I saw this. Anton Roundy has a blog called White Hat Crew, and basically, I like what he had to say here. It all started with a conversation though that I had with Bruce Turkel. If you don't know who Bruce Turkel is, take a Google at Bruce Turkel, Turkel. He's a speaker down here in South Florida, and I was trapped. I had him. He was trapped at an airport. We were waiting to get home from Nashville to Fort Lauderdale, so I had his attention, and we had a great conversation. But we talked about he's a musician, a very, very well accomplished harmonica player, and among other things, many other instruments, but harmonica is what he's known to do on stage. And so we were talking about just kind of shooting the breeze. And one thing that was, kind of struck me is that I'm a drummer, right? My drums are this big, right? Snare drum, tom pom, second tom, right, floor tom, bass drum. You can't miss. I mean, you do often miss. You hit the rims a lot, but I mean, come on, man. You got two sticks, boom, 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 boom. It goes right to left, high pitch, low pitch usually. It's pretty simple to grasp that concept. It's pretty simple. If you know nothing about playing the instrument, I can make you play a tune in less than 5 minutes, right? I won't say the name of the beat that I teach, but it's like, we'll just skip that one. You catch me offline. Cash me outside for that. But Bruce again plays a harmonica, and I likened it to a piano, where the difference of just a millimeter on a harmonica and just a micro inch, a half inch on a piano is all the difference between me killing, sounding like cats dying on a piano or on a harmonica, or an accomplished musician like Bruce, where he picks up a harmonica or sits at the piano, somebody, and just plays seemingly effortlessly, like you can't miss. And the music that comes out is amazing, and anyone can sit down and play a song that anyone can understand if they understand how to play. But somebody like me, who's never really sat down and taken the time to learn, the difference of those little teeny micro movements is all the difference in the world between total amateur and not making any music but noise, and somebody like Bruce who makes amazing, beautiful, kick-ass music. So we just talked about that. Like the slightest improvements can make the world of difference. All right. So we were talking about somebody, landing a glove on Floyd Mayweather. Okay. Floyd Mayweather is famous for ducking punches, or not even ducking him, slipping punches by a fraction of the inch. So when you go to punch somebody in the face in boxing or MMA, you got to hit through the target. You got to hit through. So when you're aiming at the target here, you're aiming through the target, because if you just hit the target, you're never going to knock someone out. You got to aim through the target. Even a jab, right? You're aiming just at the face of it to get some points, or just to set somebody up for, a follow-up. But Floyd is known for, even if it's just a jab, or if it's a hook or a haymaker, to be missed, it causes his opponent to miss him by a fraction of an inch. He just goes whoop. The difference between being knocked out and you not landing a glove on him is this. He knows he doesn't have to do these big swooping movements. He just has to be where the end of the glove isn't. And he's got this innate relationship with the end of somebody's glove where he just got to go, all right, I just don't want to be here. Right. And that's conserving energy, but it also sets him up to be one of the best counter punchers ever, because when I go to do a counter, and I duck and I got a cock and then I got a hit, right? Or if I duck this way, even if I'm coming in this way, it's much different than Mayweather, who just goes boom, just like the littlest movement, and now bam, I got you. I'm cocked and ready, which is why he's never been beaten and why he's undefeated in his career and the champion and one of the richest people on the planet. That's how important a micro movement is. All right, threading a needle without a pair of glasses on. Right, I mean, it's just there. So it got me to thinking. I was searching the internet for some other things, for this show, for just different things. And again, I came across this little blog, and I liked it. I dug it. All right, I saw it, I read it, I liked it, so I wanted to feature it. And so it's the art of ethical persuasion, right? White Hat Crew is what he calls it. But he talks about, the difference of just 1 degree, if we're talking about aeronautical, that if you're trying to get from San Francisco to Washington, you'd end up at the other side of Baltimore, just 1 degree off. If that captain has it, taking a rocket to the moon, you'd be 4,169 miles off, right? And if you're going to go to the sun, you'd miss it over by 1.6 million miles. So it's really incredible what 1 degree difference does. So what does this mean to your business? What little efforts aren't you doing that are affecting your business? And he has a little story here. Okay, a little story here. He says 2 people come to a mountain with a pot of gold on top of the mountain. It's 5,000 feet up. So the first guy is really lazy. He wants to get to the pot of gold, but he's not going to go upward. So he will walk at the base of the mountain, and he'll walk around the mountain, stay in the same exact space from it, and he'll just go around in circles. Will he ever get to the top doing that? No, he refuses to take an upward step, right? So what is business? Business is starting up a mountain, and mountain climbing is really, really hard. But he doesn't want to put the work in to get to the gold, so he's going to stay and walk around the base of the mountain, staying at the same elevation. A lot of people start business, and they just do the easy stuff. They do the fun stuff. They do the low-hanging fruit stuff. But growing your business is about the hard stuff, right? And so this second guy, he's not even highlighting here the author. All right, Anton Roundy isn't even saying you need to do the hard stuff. He's saying the second guy's also pretty lazy, and he refuses to hike up the steep trail. But at least he heads off in the direction, the same course as the first guy, but he takes the angle with each step that he goes up a 1/2 inch per step, which is about a 1 degree slope here. So this guy is really lazy, and he's not going to do a lot of hard work, hardly break a sweat, but at least he's going towards the top, just 1 degree each step. And so no matter how long the first guy walks, he'll remain at the bottom of the base. But the second guy, he's got a really long road because he's not doing, attacking. But because he is taking a micro improvement, in about 23 miles of hiking, he'll reach the pot of gold. All right, the degree is the difference. 1 degree is difference. He says, how many people live their lives walking around the base of the mountain, blah, blah, blah. This guy, give him credit. Thank you, Anton Roundy. Everyone check out Anton Roundy. Don't even know how old this blog was, but I liked it. I read it. I really related to what we were talking about here this week with the micro stuff going on. So thanks for you and your input, Anton. We appreciate you. So let me round that up. We're done talking about that little segment, which is the micro actions and how they all do make a big difference on your business. So here's to micro actions. So exciting week. I wanted to talk about book review today, book summary time. Everybody seems to like book summary. It's a fun segment. Okay. Get a couple of books and tell you guys what I'm reading, because as we all know, leaders are readers, All right. But not all readers are leaders. So we got to make sure we know about that. But I want everybody to take out your phone right now. Everyone who's watching this, take out your cell phone right now, because I'm not doing a book summary tonight or a book review. Tonight I'm doing a book promotion. It's easy for me to say. I'm doing a book promotion, and you need your cell phone for this. I want everyone. This is August 10th, and so you guys have 20 days, not you guys, whoever is watching this. If you're watching this between August 11th, 12th, 13th, all the way up to August to September 1st, I want you guys, if you see this between now and September 1st, take out your phone, and I want you to scan this QC code right now, or QR code. Okay, right here. Scan that code. Right, where's my finger go? Right over there. Pop, pop in the corner. Mark Noodleberg. All right, everyone knows how I feel about the Noodlebergs. My whole family, how we feel about them and him in particular. His first book is coming out next month in September. It's called Family, Football, and Failure, and it's on pre-sale now. But what I want you guys to do is take a picture of that code, and I want you to buy the book. And it's $24.99, so don't get shocked, sticker shock. It's totally worth it, because you're going to get a signature signed copy, right, for pre-ordering. So for between now and I do it as soon as possible, the next couple of days. But if you don't see this and it's in August, I'm sure you would still get, as long as that code's working on the pre-order, I'm sure you'll get your autographed book. It's going to be well worth it. I promise you. I put my reputation on it. This guy, Mark Noodleberg, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and everyone knows about Steve Noodleberg. This apple fell from the tree and then planted roots, and now it is a big apple tree itself. It's no joke. Mark Noodleberg knows his stuff. He's had a great story. He's got gone through a lot of stuff. Was at FSU, started. Never ever was knowing his repertoire, his word, his vocab, his lexicon. No, wasn't in the word. He started off really getting the coaches' coffees. He just did it all, and he rose through the ranks of the Florida State Seminole coaching staff back in the day. He knew Bobby Bowden. He worked for the next guy. I don't freaking remember, because I don't like the Seminoles, but whatever that dude's name, he's good. He's all right. He's okay. He's over at Texas A&M now. But Mark did a superb job there on the team. And then he went to work for ESPN for a while, out in the real world in sales, got his chops, earned his time, and now works with his dad, Steve, at On the Ball. And he took the company over April 1st, 2019, I believe, as president. And this now is his first book. So please take your camera out, shoot that QR code, pre-order that book now. He'll sign it for you. He'll get it in the mail. I promise it's going to be a great read. Football, family, football, and failure, right? Leadership principles from my life as a coach. So there you go. Book review. That's the book review for tonight. We appreciate, or the book summary tonight actually is a book, more of a book review. There you go. So we are going to put that to bed. And I promise you guys, I would not steer you wrong. That book is going to be money. I ordered my own. I'm sure Christy's going to order her own, because I want mine right here in the office with me. And then we'll do a proper review of that book too. Once I allow everyone to get it in their hands and read it. It's going to be a good book. Again, phone number 954-338-9799. Please give me a call if you have a business proposition, a business problem, business issue, business questions. You don't have to necessarily own your own business. You can work for a business, especially if you're a solopreneur, entrepreneur, intrapreneur, middle management, leadership questions, hiring, firing, ethical questions, operational questions, P&L questions, money questions. You got it. You name it. We can talk about it here and get some feedback. So that's the phone number, 954-338-9799. By the way, that number is always on. That's my personal cell phone number. So anytime anyone wants to give me a call about business and talk about some training that you need, some strategy, right? I don't even call myself a coach, right? There's better people out there that can coach you. I'm a business strategist. I have a training and coaching platform. I've got different relationships with other specialists and amazing coaches. Of course, I do my fair share of coaching, things that I know and I'm comfortable with. Yes, I will coach. But for the most part, I speak about business. I speak about overcoming adversity. Everybody knows my story. If you don't, that's very easy to learn about me, right? BAM, Labor and Leadership, always on sale at Amazon. Go ahead and take a look at it, or the Business Treasure Hunter that can give you kind of a glimpse. But definitely, we here at Atlantic Business Coaching talk about a holistic business solution, right? Especially the strategy in prioritizing your business elements. So definitely can help you, but if I can't, I've got the relationships with those who can. All right, so let's get now to the second story of tonight about micro living, micro time. So we did micro action. Now we're going to do micro time. And this person's name, let me make sure I got it right. Urban, I remember his last name. Tim Urban. Who's heard of Tim Urban? Anyone want to put in the comments about anything that they've heard about Tim Urban, URBAM. So Tim has something called micro dots, I believe it's called. All right, micro dots. And what I did is I went ahead and I created this this Excel spreadsheet. Okay, and I took 52 weeks across the top. See here, so these are every year going across the top represents 1 week of your life. And then going from the top to the bottom, every square represents, every row represents 1 year of your life. So if you have 52 weeks along the top row, 52 squares is 52 weeks, which is 1 year. So from the day I was born, if somebody put a dot in this box at the end of my first week, that would represent 1 week, 1 dot. Second week, second dot. Follow? Not that hard to understand. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from week 21 to 31 here and just kind of shrink it a little bit. I'm going to hide them because you understand it goes from 1 to 52. You don't need to see all the way across because what I want to do is focus here. Okay. So let me get out of the way a little bit. So if this is how fast time goes, if you allow it to go by, this will make you understand and appreciate how fast time goes. And that's the purpose of this thing. And now I don't know what Tim did in his books. I don't know what he did in his videos. I didn't look at them yet. I just found out about it too late. I was intrigued. I whipped up this little spreadsheet and I want to talk about it the way it appealed to me. So to me, I said the first couple of years, the first 10 years of your life, okay, those are your formative years. Those are your childhood. You're learning how to talk, how to walk, learning about who your parents are, the family unit, and that kind of thing, hopefully. And what you're doing here is just being a kid, a baby, right? You're starting school. It's your development. And that accounts for 468 weeks of your life, your first to the end of your 10th year. Okay. So actually the end of your 9th year. Okay, so the first 9 years. Now, your second 10 years, from 10 to 19, that is 520 weeks. That's 52 times 10. Duh, don't need to be a mathematician, but those are your carefree years. And I have those in weeks, of course. Every dot is a week. And so just to see how fast time goes, right, the next 10 years of your life was carefree years. Then the next segment of your life from 20 to 34 years old, I have that listed as your apprentice years. Those are the years, whether you're in college or out of college, right? So at 20 years old, maybe you've gotten through high school, went through a couple of years of tech school, maybe you went to some community college, maybe you're in a 4-year degree and that starts around 24. That's fine. That happens. But I've got to go into year 34. These are your apprentice years. Okay. And each week has a dot in it. So how many of you are in your 30s, in your 20s, in your early 30s, that you've really been putting in this time to learn your craft, learn your career, find yourself, figure out how you want to help people, who you want to help, and then start working for companies that allow you to learn how to do this, right? That's your apprentice years. And you see, I'm done with mine, right? I'm done. I'm not 9. I'm done with those years, right? I'm not in high school and enjoying my summers, my carefree years, right? Living at home. I'm not in my apprentice years. I am in my wealth building years right here, wealth building years in weeks. So for me, all right, so from age 35, I figure by age 35, you've done enough learning, and now you should be somewhere in your life that you're really starting to do well in your career, in your chosen career. And that's why I call this the wealth building years, because let me tell you something, at 39 years old, I lost everything. I was building my wealth and I lost everything at 39 years old. So I started over again, all the way back here, man. I wouldn't have no carefree time, but I had to start over my apprentice years again, but way down here in year 40. But for the most part, everyone has setbacks. For me, it was a very, 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 very big one, but a lot of people have smaller setbacks. But still, within this time, this is all you've got. By the way, you only get one set of these squares, guys. You only get one set of squares. You don't know what you got here in your formative years. You don't know how fun you have it here in your carefree years. You don't know how much you have to learn here in your apprentice years. By the time you get here, you better be aware that this is it. You only have so much time on the clock left to build your wealth. So on your wealth, what I did was I gave everyone from 35 years old to 64 years old. You turn 65. Here's me. This week. This week is week number 32, week 32 of 2022. This is my week. That's it. So these squares here, okay, they're all unchecked. Right? I had them in here to illustrate because you couldn't see the other ones. But these are all yet to be checked. Bam. Okay. All of these squares here, they're unchecked. It's up to me to go through and check these boxes now, as if I wanted to do this, every week. This is more to prove a point, obviously, but here's these boxes that need to be checked. So I have another, listen, what am I? I'm about 50%, right? Look at that. I got time. God forbid, God, my ears, my mouth to God's ear. But in total, there are 1,560 weeks in my wealth building years. I'm at 863. All right. That means I have 697 weeks left. I'm more than halfway through my wealth building period. Now, some people might start it a little bit earlier. Some people are going to work a little longer. That's totally, I'm just talking about the concept of appreciating how short life is, how appreciating how short these segments in your life is. And yes, you could take a couple of time, here or there off. You could take a week off, enjoy your family. You're supposed to do that, but don't take off months and months and months at a time, walking around a damn mountain, not taking any steps up towards the gold. You don't have that much time left. And by the way, none of this is guaranteed to anyone, obviously, right? I'm not here talking about theology or religion or none of that, but just physiology and stats. Now, let's go from 65 to 74. I called this my carefree years. So I regress. If I did a good job with my wealth building years, I should be able to, my last 10 years here, of my hopefully good health, relatively healthy person, nowadays up to 74 years old. So 65 to 74, I get time, real time, another 500 of another carefree years, 520 carefree weeks where I've got my wealth amassed, that my money's working for me. My companies are working for me. I've helped a lot of people. I'm still able to help people in ways that I never could imagine I would be able to help people. That's what's going on here in my carefree years. Because after 65, to the average age, 75 to the average age of 90, which is the average of what people lived in. This is just, I don't know where Tim Urban got these numbers. I'm expecting that he's done some research. I used his numbers. These are called the hold on to your ass years, right? Hold on, stick around, try to enjoy it. Now your health may not be as is in favor as they were, in your younger years. Of course, that's why I call it hold on. These last, who knows, could be to 100, could be whatever. But the most important thing is, and something to think about too, is what if you're in great health all the way to year, 75 and 80, 81, all that much more important you've got to do more wealth building weeks. Every one of these weeks got to matter. Every prospect you talk to, every person you help, every single time you try to do something to make somebody better, you got to take advantage. And they're not subjective. Time is not it's abstract thing. It's a very defined thing. If you put it on a spreadsheet like this and you look at it that way, okay, week over week, dot over dot, the fleeting is very, very impressive when you look at it like this. So I hope that you guys learned something, liked something, was entertained anyway with it. It makes you think about something different. That's all we could do in our life is go ahead and look at these kind of things and go, yeah, took something away from it. A nugget. If you take a nugget away, if you did, here's to you. So we're going to go back to the phone numbers, 954-338-9799. That's the number. Give us a call, 954-338-9799. I am Jeremy Torisk, your business treasure hunter. My last name is spelt to risk, but you risk nothing when you do business with me. So look me up on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere. The Torisk is everywhere. Getting down to business. Had a couple of great conversations this week with some people. Today, David Contorano, get that name right. Let's give a shout out real quick to David. Had a nice conversation with him. Looking to do some stuff together. David Contorano, that is it. So meeting people. E-Powered Benefits is his company. E-Powered Benefits. Great conversation with David. Actually met him on an airplane heading to California. He sat in the seat in front of me. We talked a little bit before, and then I was talking to the guy next to me, and he threw his card over the back seat. He's like, "Hey man, we got to talk." And I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah." So gave him a little video, sent him the link. He put the date on the calendar, and today we met and had a great conversation this morning. So shout out to David and the E-Powered Benefits to do a lot of good stuff. We're actually going to get him on as a guest one of these weeks. They help small, medium, and large businesses with their healthcare options, but in a unique way that saves companies a ton of money. So check out David on LinkedIn. And we're done here. Let's go, bam, to get rid of that. And I wanted to run something by you really, really quickly here in our few moments left here as we're landing the plane. It's a bit of a micro show, if you will. It's 20 minutes tonight. We're not going to go an hour tonight. I'm going to run this by you and just kind of get your feelings. Just get your comments. Let me know. I'm always looking to upgrade, looking to change. I've run through these things with you a few times, but I got some negative feedback, very constructively negative feedback about some of the looks of some of these things. So I wanted to get your opinion of these. This is for my one of my presentations, and it's the 12 elements of business. And I just thought, let's put it on the show and go ahead and put it out there, because I don't mind. everybody's opinions. All right, so we're gonna go bam. Now, this is, the way it used to look was kind of just something I didn't like, right? So we're changing up. Tell me what it looks like now. We got people first. These are 12 elements of business. People first. We talk about acquisition, onboarding, retention, adding value, giving people a voice, allowing them to make mistakes, and growing as a person. And we got clarity. That's the second business element that help your business. And clarity is your message. How do you stand out in a crowd from your competitors? Do you have your elevator pitch down pat, right? I make business owners more money. I do this by assessing their business and their 12 elements and make sure that they're not letting opportunities get by them. By the way, I do a free assessment of your business. If you're interested, hit me up. We'll do a free assessment, 1 hour. I can find any business $50,000. That's my guarantee. Does that set me apart from most other business coaches and strategists? I would think so. All right. Let's go with number 3, marketing. After you're clear with who you are, what's your unique proposition, it's about marketing. And when we talk about marketing, we talk about doing marketing differently, not following the rules everyone else follows. However, we follow the same kind of recipe, but we turn it backwards, upside down, and on its ear. We build these web pages called squeeze pages. We have a headline, that's the interrupter. We have the promise that got your attention. Now we want to promise you, we're going to give you some information about what caught your attention. And we're going to go ahead and give you maybe a list of 5 or 10 things that would actually solve the problem of the headline, right, of the interrupter. And then we're going to say, if you want more detailed information, just go ahead right here and put your email in here. And then that's it. We're not doing an ask. We're not doing a call to action other than if you like what you've seen. I think we've interrupted you, got your attention. We've promised some information and it's here. Here's some high level information at no cost. Take it and hopefully it'll solve for your problems. But if you'd like to learn more and you trusted that I've done my part, put your email address in here and I'll send you very, very detailed information, a promise of educating you on your problem. Remember, it's one problem. That's why it's a squeeze page. It's not 10 problems. One problem, a few solutions, and a promise for more detailed solutions on that one problem. Now they're giving you your email address because you've delivered on some promises. And now you begin fulfilling that promise by educating them, sending them drip campaigns, emails, but they're going to be wanting these emails because each one of those maybe 5 steps to solve that problem is now going into very detailed information. Each one of these emails is one of the 5 emails of 5 steps that you've promised on your lead page. So right there's 5 emails. That's a layup. But now you're delivering it, educating. And when you're educating, you're also answering questions that would have been considered objections had you not been educating. Very tricky selling, very effective. It's taken Garrett's business off the charts. His leads are going crazy. And we're closing them at a very high rate, 80%, and that's not exaggerating. After you have the in the email now, that's an educational piece of this. There is your call to action. There's your irresistible offer. So you got the interrupter, you got the promise of the information, you've got the education, delivering on that promise, and now you've got the irresistible risk-free offer that's you'd be an idiot not to take us up on. So on that email, you're educating them on a very deep level, and every one of those educational emails, there is where you're going for the offer. All right, call this number to sign up for this program at this rate. Now they know you, they like you, they trust you. You've built the value in their head. You've built a relationship. You've delivered on promises. You've overcome objections. Now they are buyers. They're finally now buyers, and they're ready to buy on vendor selection. And they're going to think of you because you've done all this communicating with them. They're not looking about price anymore. They're not looking about why they should buy. They're not looking about why they shouldn't buy. They're looking about who am I going to buy from? And you're going to be at the top of that list because you're the one that's hitting them with these messages. It takes between 5 and 12 messages. And so that's why I say give it 5 or 10 solutions. And then there's your 5 or 10 emails. Bam. These things are so effective. And then you have multiple emails, or sorry, multiple web pages for each problem. Don't squeeze your problems on a squeeze page. One problem per squeeze page. The next one is communicate. Now, this one, very key. Now that you're talking to these people in these drip campaigns, now they're calling you. How are you sounding to them? How are your employees delivering the messages? Are they aware of the messages and the education that's going on in all these emails? Have you communicated that to them? Are they communicating that to the clients, to the prospects? Communication, big fan, right? Huge fan of communication. We won't get deep into each one of these because I'll be here way past 9 o'clock. Then you got your leads. Okay, so now that you've got your people in line, you got your clarity, you've got your marketing, you're communicating. Now the leads are just, they're coming in. And you're now, instead of looking in a sea for the right fish, right? Looking, and you're in a fishing boat and you're casting and you think you've got Nemo and you're reeling it in, but I'm sorry, you think you've got Moby Dick on the line, right? And then you get it up out of the water and it's Nemo. Well, because your sea is too big and you don't know what it's supposed to feel like because you don't have clarity. You're not communicating right. Now, take that ocean and swap it for a kiddie pool. Now, you know exactly what your lead looks like, what your prospect, your ideal client looks like. You have clarity. You're communicating with them. Are you hunting them anymore? No, you're not. You're becoming an advocate. And that really leads to the next one, which is now the sales are going to just take care of themselves. And of course, it's going to take action on your part. It's going to take the right words. It's going to take the right follow-up. It's going to take the calling and putting these emails together and putting these active campaigns together. But it is now not really a sale. It's a serve. So take that sale out of the picture. Now you're serving. Once you start serving people, it just changes everything. Changes the whole vibe. Okay. Next, you got all those things going. We're going to look at your joint ventures. Who's referring you? Who are you referring back work? Who got services that complement yours that you can pass on, that they can pass on? Joint ventures. Then you got to have a good back end. Your CRMs, your taking tracking systems, your numbers, putting all this data in is a lot of work. Branding everything, knowing how everything looks to everybody, having that forward-facing employee, saying the right things, sounding the right way, wearing the right clothes, having an exit strategy, knowing when you started, what this is going to look like. This all goes together. Collecting the data, having resource files. This is all back-end stuff. And then knowing your numbers. When you get all this stuff, you better know how to decipher all of these things. Very important how to decipher information. Figure out what's important, what's not important. What used to be important might not be important anymore, right? Marcia talks a lot about that. Marcia, I want to get her last name perfect. Dashko, D-A-S-Z-K-O, Marcia Dashko, D-A-S-Z-K-O. Look her up. She's got a book about turning that whole numbers thing and all the reviews, how reviewing and doing the corporate reviews, that all goes out the window when you reevaluate how you're looking at your numbers. So look up that book. And then your execs. Even if you don't have a team, even if it's you, if you're the person, do you have clarity? Are you good at the marketing? Are you good at communicating? Do you know how to treat these leads? Do you know how to service, how to sell? You're the executive. You're the head bottle washer. You're the floor sweeper, and you're the CEO, CFO, CRO, CTO. It's all you. If you have a team, you still have execs on that team. Got to understand that these executives got to be on the same level as your employees. They're not above it. They're not above them. They are on the same level. They do different jobs, but they are responsible for the rest of the team. Well, again, can't get into everything, but training. You start seeing these colors, they start kind of grouping together. These are kind of things that I've changed, but training, industry news, tech, keeping up with the laws, the trends, right? Parallel industry, what's going on? 1% better. Always get 1% better. And then ROR, we've been through this a few times, return on relationships. That all goes back to people. It's a chain, everyone. It goes around. It's a chain. Never ends. Then you got to go look at your clarity and your marketing, communication. There's the purples and the greens, the money people, right? The leads, the sale or the serving, and the varsity. Then your numbers and your back end stuff. And then in the red, very important. Red means like, look at me, really important. Training, relationships, peoples. All right. I hope that all made sense. And that is going to do it for me tonight. I appreciate everybody who's watching this, listening to this. I hope you got something out of that. Alan, I can't see the comments before, but my boy Alan, my lead singer from Dirt Road Rockers and the band I used to belong. Hey, Alan, thanks for chiming in. Appreciate you. Next week, a very, very big week. The next 2 weeks for us here at Atlantic Business Coaching, Atlantic Business Institute. Very, very large, one small step for man, one huge leap for Atlantic Business Institute for my career next week and the week after. 2 big presentations, life-altering presentations. By the way, if again, I'm going to bring up one thing, call back to the book again for Mark. I want to do that maybe if I can find it. But I definitely want to show you this new thing here. That's new. It wasn't there before. So take a picture of that. Bam. Get used to these camera stuff. That QR code in my corner is for my page. It'll lead you to every website, to every social media platform. It'll lead you to a bunch of great bonus stuff. Go ahead and look in there. I got some spreadsheets coming. Some my books are in there. Ways to get my books, either buy them and also ways to get them for free. But also want to again show one last time again to Mark Noodleberg. Congratulations, Mark. Very proud of you. All right, I'm going to give you the fireworks here in a minute. Very proud of you. Family football and failure. Trying to get this mic out of the way. There we go. Family football and failure. Take your camera, take a shot of that QC. If you do that in the next between August 10th and maybe September 1st-ish, you should get a autographed version of that book for $24.95, I believe. Well worth it. Definitely $24.99. I was off by 4 pennies, but definitely pre-order this book. You'll get a mailed, signed version of this book. It's coming out in September. I'm very proud of you, Mark. Proud to know that you're a friend of mine and the family, and I'm proud to know you in the business sense, but most likely, more than that, family man and friend. So thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. And let's get down to business. I'm gonna make it a little more fun. I haven't done this before, but bam, let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Mama, please don't worry about me, 'cause I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business.